some expressions of the traditional non-dual teaching, in some expressions of classic expressions of Advaita Vedanta, because it is recognized that what we essentially are is not our thoughts, our feelings, the body, and so on. There is this initial turning away from the body. I'm not this, I'm not this, I'm not this. And if that's as far as the teaching gets, then this leaves us with a rejecting the world and rejecting the body. But that's just that process of recognizing I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my feelings. That's only necessary for one who was previously completely identified with their thoughts, feelings, sensations. So as a temporary stage, we have to turn away from that in order to recognize that element of our self that is. But then we need to then turn back again towards the experience from which we previously separated ourselves and realign it with this new understanding. So and I think that's what you're talking about, this realignment process where we come back, as it were, to the person, the body and the mind from which we previously turned away solely for the purpose of recognizing our true nature. But now we turn back towards it, and all its faculties are still there. If you were a brilliant mathematician before, you'll still be a brilliant math. If you're a good gardener, your interest in gardening will still be there. All your unique individual faculties will still be there, but now they are upgraded. I think this is what you mean by that all those faculties are no longer used in the service of the separate self that we once believed ourselves to be. They are now used in the service of the true self and its innate qualities of peace, joy, and love. So we then go back to being we fully inhabit our life as an individual, but our life is then used in the service of this understanding, this love and understanding, whereas previously it was used exclusively in the service of the separate self with all its anxieties and fears and demands and so on.
Chopping wood, carrying water, perhaps
you go
servicing
back,
something different.
Yes. Well, you may go back to chopping wood and carrying water, but you may also choose a different activity.
Yeah.
You may realize, actually, the activity that I was engaged in before, I engaged in it solely for the purpose of fulfilling my existential sense of lack. Now that I no longer have that, I feel the fullness of myself. I don't actually want to engage in that activity anymore. It's not the right activity for expressing what I now want to express. You might choose a different activity that you feel is better able to express your new love and understanding. So you don't necessarily go back to chopping wood and carrying wood. You don't necessarily go back to the same activity. You have the same faculties, but you use them in service of love and understanding.